When did you have to choose between two lives? I was the building manager of a rundown apartment complex in Detroit, third floor corner unit. Lived there with my dog, Rusty, old golden retriever mix, one eye, graying muzzle, heart of gold. I found him behind a dumpster during a snowstorm 2 years earlier. He'd been through hell, and we'd become each other's rehab project. It was around 2 a.m. when I woke up choking. That thick, chemical-smelling smoke, not cigarettes, not a kitchen mishap, but real fire. I opened the door and saw black smoke rolling down the hallway like a flood. Somewhere downstairs, someone's apartment was on fire and it was rising fast. I grabbed Rusty by the collar and started down the stairs, slamming my fists against doors on the way. 3B, 3A, 2C, shouting fire at the top of my lungs. People stumbled out, half-dressed, coughing, panic. Mr. Jackson from 2B, the 80-year-old with a walker, was hacking so bad I thought he might drop right there. I threw his arm over my shoulder and got him to the stairwell landing before passing him off to a neighbor. That's when I heard it. A baby crying, but not loud, not that shrieking kind of cry. This was weak, strained, from apartment 3C, the Hendersons. They had a 3-month-old baby named Grace. I just fixed their leaking bathroom faucet last week. Saw her sleeping in her carrier on the couch. I looked down at Rusty. His one eye was squinting, tearing up from the smoke. He was shaking, breathing hard. We were almost safe. 2 more turns and we'd be out. But if I went back up for Grace, I might not make it out. Rusty definitely wouldn't. I crouched down, pulled his face to mine and said, "You've gotta go, bud." He just sat there, tail tucked, refusing to leave me. I gave him a push toward the stairs. "Go!" He whimpered, looked back once, then started limping down into the smoke. I turned and ran back up. The heat was worse by the second. The hall felt like an oven with no exit. The Hendersons' door was cracked, smoke pouring through like steam from a busted pipe. I dropped to my knees, crawled in low. My shirt was over my nose, but it wasn't doing much. The baby was in her crib, wrapped in a pink blanket, her face beet red and covered in sweat, coughing, wheezing, still alive. I grabbed her, wrapped her tighter, and bolted. The stairwell was already a furnace, no way through, fire licking the walls. I ran back into the apartment and kicked open the bedroom window, broke the screen with my elbow. We were 3 stories up, but I could see people gathered below, some yelling, some crying. One guy in a gray hoodie stepped forward and looked up. He was holding Rusty by the collar. "Catch her!" I shouted. "I'm dropping the baby!" He positioned himself and nodded. I counted to 3 and let go. She fell like a little pink comet, and he caught her like a pro. Didn't even stumble. My turn. I backed up, took a few deep breaths, then sprinted and jumped. Landed on the fire escape hard. My ribs popped like bubble wrap, but I held on. Climbed down slowly, legs trembling, smoke in my lungs. Every breath felt like sandpaper. By the time I hit the ground, the 3rd floor was engulfed. I collapsed on the sidewalk. EMTs loaded me into the ambulance. I drifted in and out of consciousness for 3 days. Smoke inhalation, cracked ribs, borderline pneumonia. When I woke up, the first thing I saw was Rusty, curled at the foot of the hospital bed. The nurse told me the guy who caught Grace brought Rusty in every single day to see me. Sat with him while he waited. My lungs were permanently damaged. Breathing's harder now. I can't run without wheezing. Can't sleep without a humidifier. But Grace? Not a single scratch. No smoke damage. The fire chief told me if I'd been 60 seconds later, she would have suffocated. Her parents came to visit me in tears. Apparently in the panic, they each thought the other had grabbed her. She'd been left alone in the crib. I didn't say much. Just looked down at Rusty, resting his gray muzzle on my foot like he used to back in the cold nights behind the dumpster. I chose her, but he chose me. And somehow, we both made it.